Hello, friends. Welcome to episode 2. I wanted to talk a little bit more about the numbers game. I did mention this in the Creative Exploration series a very long time ago, and a lot of that information still stands. However, I've been thinking about it more, and I did realize that there's another facet to this whole thing that I didn't really take into consideration before, and I think would be beneficial to people to understand that there is another side to this. So, the original thought that I had for the numbers game was relating to not being obsessed over your numbers, not caring how many likes you got on a post or how many followers you have on YouTube. Don't worry about comparing yourself to other people in the same way, because that makes you obsessed with numbers, and that can often lead to feelings of inadequacy or that you're not doing well enough. And I still firmly agree with that side of things. I think that it's important not to become obsessed with the numbers game, because all it is it's a race to the bottom. Like, all you can do to increase your numbers is to lower the quality of your work to make it more accessible to people. Sorry, not quality. Lower your standards. So you make it more accessible. You add more memes to it, and you make things that more people will watch, but less people will engage with, if that makes sense. So I still feel that it's important to make sure that you keep your art genuine. But there is value in having larger numbers, and this is what I wanted to talk about. Before, I wanted, in the prior Creative Exploration series, I said that the numbers don't matter, because as an artist, it doesn't really matter how many people are following you. It's just the fact that you're showing up and doing the art. However, I did realize that if you are being a professional artist, having numbers does matter, because that's generally how people, whether consciously or not, determine your value. Those numbers are a quantifiable indicator of the number of connections that you have, or the number of people that you've affected in some way. Like, if you make something that's really emotionally resonant with people, they tend to follow you, or they like your posts. So having those numbers is important when it comes to building a business, because advertisers, potential clients, those people care about those numbers. And it's a balance. And I don't really want to say that I have any correct way of handling all this, but it is a balance to make sure that the content you create is available for people, and it's accessible, and it's resonant with people, but you're not lowering the bar simply to get more numbers. I think that's really the bulk of what I wanted to talk about. And I think that it's important to keep both sides of this coin in mind, because if you want to just be a pure artist and you don't care about whether people follow you or not, then it's perfectly fine just to not care about numbers at all. However, if you just want advertiser revenue and you just want people to notice you, then all you're doing is... what's the best way of putting this? What you're doing is you're not doing art as much as aggressive advertising, maybe, because all you're doing is catering to the most people at any given time. And in some ways, there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not saying that that isn't art in some way either, but I feel that it's probably less what you want to do as an artist, and more trying to just make a quick buck off of whatever creative environment that you're in. So I'm not really sure if that makes a whole lot of sense, but it's something that's been rattling around in my brain for a while, and I just kind of wanted to get that out there because I think that it's important to realize both sides of this discussion, that you can either be a pure artist or you can just go pure marketing, but really it's something in the middle that you want to focus on. You want to make sure that you are making the art that makes you happy, but you're also keeping in mind that that art has to resonate with people if you want to pull in more clients or if you want to pull in even more followers. Like, the self-validation of the internet is definitely a thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just something that you should be aware of rather than just having it affect you. So thank you guys so much for being a patron, and thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you later. Be remarkable.